Hello and welcome back to our circumnavigation of the English and Welsh coastline by motorcycle. As you've probably gathered from the episode number, at this point we're a long way into it. You have four options. 1. Switch off now. Okay, that's got rid of a few of you. Number 2. Watch this episode and decide it's not for you, in which case thanks for at least watching one episode. 3. Go back and catch up. That's a lot of binge watching, but we know many of you have. Option 4. Watch from here, and when we get all the way around, pick up episode 1 and keep going. Oh, I nearly forgot our regular viewers. We might not be able to see you, but we always look forward to hearing from you, so don't be shy and leave us a comment. So, how far have we got? You join us at Milford Haven in the southwest corner of Wales. We started in Weston-super-Mare and went round anti-clockwise, which means we've done 99% of England and about 2/3 of Wales.
Can't see any oil ships in, but I can see a tug out there. Wow, is that people swimming? Not sure I'd swim where the oil tankers come in. Do we have to turn around?
Yeah.
We take quite a lot of dead ends, don't we?
We do, yeah. Curiosity.
Yeah, the hope that they might go.
Yeah.
But this one didn't.
Sometimes they just stop like that, don't they? Sometimes they go. Sometimes they end in disaster.
I don't want to get wet feet.
We got. Well, we got a good look, didn't we, at the I think really the main thing, which are the big piers that the tankers come into. We've
and
got some
I can see
tankers out there.
Yeah, 3 tankers out there. One just gone out of shot. And the big piers. Oh, and some sort of fort on the hill there, look. Just in front of us.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Should we be a bit nosy?
I think it peters out.
It literally peters out just here, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think
that was a bad move.
That was a bad move, Jazzy, yeah. There's a big tug. Wow, that's a big tug. It's not until you see them a bit closer you realise just how enormous they are.
Well, they've got to be, haven't they? To pull up tankers. It's a packed marina, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Oh, there you go. We could land the drone there.
On the big H. There was a big ferry coming in too. Where are we again?
Milford Haven.
Oh yeah.
So that
that must be
Pembroke.
Irish.
Yeah. So up there is Pembroke Dock. This is Milford Haven, which is more of a commercial place, but the ferries go from Pembroke Dock, which is just up there.
Right.
Yeah, quite right. That's off to Ireland. In the UK, there are quite a few coastal place names that end with the word haven. Today, the word is used figuratively to describe a place of refuge. This hints at its origins. It derives from both the Old English and Old Norse, meaning port or harbour. It predates man-made harbours, so, more often than not, it refers to a coastline that naturally provides a safe refuge for ships and boats. Most are small sheltered coves or inlets, but that's not the case with Milford Haven. The entrance to Milford Haven is situated where the Irish Sea, Bristol Channel and Atlantic Ocean merge. Once inside its protective arms, shipping could weigh anchor or even moor up in any number of places without fear of being wrecked. It was used like this for hundreds if not thousands of years. Vikings are known to have sheltered and even settled here. In the 1700s, the commercial and strategic benefits were becoming more apparent, and the development of the dockyards at Milford and Pembroke began. The Royal Navy had a significant presence here, firstly at Milford, before moving to Pembroke in 1814, where 263 vessels were built, including the first British battleships without masts. Despite the naval dockyard's move to Pembroke, Milford continued as a commercial port. In the 1920s, 200 trawlers operated from here, but by 1972 there were only 12 left. Just along from Milford lies Neyland, a sleepy place of fewer than 200 inhabitants until Tuesday the 15th of April 1856, when Isambard Kingdom Brunel's Great Western Railway terminus was completed. This made it possible to take the train from London Paddington, get on a boat and head for far-flung lands like America. In practice, it was the connection to Ireland that really saw Neyland prosper. Neyland was a true railway boomtown, and Brunel is regarded as its founder. The golden period lasted for 50 years, but ended as abruptly as it began when, in August 1906, the Irish traffic was transferred from Neyland to Fishguard. The 1960s heralded oil imports and refineries. Today, both sides of Milford Haven are dominated by the oil and gas industry. Unfortunately, relatively few people are employed. The area has been through tough economic cycles, but just like the boats that take refuge in Milford Haven, the people have also weathered the storms. This was our ambition.
It was.
We've actually, well, our ambition was Neyland. We've done Neyland, and we're going to get across the bridge. We're going to be in Pembroke. We're going to be well set up.
Yeah. For a bit of tomorrow.
Well, southern Pembrokeshire basically. We've done northern Pembrokeshire today.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, we've done incredibly well, I think. We've done 8 hours, but it's been a nice pace. We've stopped, captured a few nice shots, shoved the drone up a couple of times.
Yeah.
So we've done really well, haven't we? Is this still Neyland?
Yeah.
And then we cross the bridge and it's Pembroke Dock.
Well, Pembroke, yeah.
And then we go a little 2 miles and then it's Pembroke.
Yeah, that's right.
On the estuary, isn't it? Yeah, I remember. a nice glimpse of the castle. Oh yeah, there we go. Pembroke Castle's one of my favourite ones.
Pembroke Castle stands on a site that has been occupied at least since the Roman period. Roger de Montgomery, who was a good friend of the Norman king William the Conqueror, founded a castle here in the 11th century. It was made from earth and wood and resisted several Welsh attacks and sieges over the next 30 years. Fast forward to the next generation and, in 1093, Roger's youngest son, Arnulf of Montgomery, made Pembroke his home. By this time, William II was king, but when he died, Arnulf joined the rebellion against his successor, Henry I. It was a bad move, and Arnulf was kicked out. King Henry I was succeeded by King Stephen, who gave the castle to Gilbert de Clare, who used it as an important base in the Norman invasion of Ireland. King Richard I, also known as Richard the Lionheart, arranged the marriage of de Clare's granddaughter to William Marshal, who received both the castle and the title Earl of Pembroke. He soon became Lord Marshal of England and set about turning the earth and wood fort into an impressive stone castle. Marshal was succeeded in turn by each of his 5 sons, all of whom died childless. In 1247 the castle was inherited by William de Valence, King Henry III's half-brother, who had become Earl of Pembroke through his marriage to Joan de Montchensey, William Marshal's granddaughter. The next king was Edward I. If you've watched previous episodes, you'll know all about Edward I's conquest of Wales. While he was busy doing that in the north, the de Valence family were helping him out by fighting the Welsh here at Pembroke. On the death of William de Valence's son, Aymer de Valence, the castle passed through marriage to the Hastings family. In 1389, 17-year-old John Hastings died in a jousting accident, ending a line of inheritance stretching back 250 years. Pembroke Castle then reverted to the crown under King Richard II. During this time, Pembroke escaped attack by Owen Glendower's rebellion because the castle's constable, Francis A'Court, paid off Glendower in gold. Pin your ears back because this is the significant bit. The Wars of the Roses was a period between 1455 and 1487. Basically, it was a civil war between the royal houses of York and Lancaster. Way too complex to get into here, but very relevant to the story. In 1452, Pembroke Castle and earldom were given to Jasper Tudor by his half-brother, King Henry VI. Jasper's natural brother was Edmund Tudor, who had died of the plague while imprisoned by the Yorks. Just a year beforehand, Edmund had married Margaret Beaufort, and she was now pregnant. Jasper took care of his widowed sister-in-law at Pembroke Castle, where, in 1457, she gave birth to her only child, named Henry. She was just 13 years old, but she and Jasper were already hopeful the child could one day become king. As a result of battles, power struggles, secret marriages, and a complicated family tree, Henry made a claim to the throne, and on the 22nd of August 1485, aged 28, he defeated King Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field. Henry became the first monarch of the House of Tudor. Both his detachment and associations with the houses of Lancaster and York allowed him to reunify the English monarchy and bring the Civil War to an end. It's an intriguing story, but it doesn't end here. There's an ironical twist. The House of Tudor originates from Anglesey, arguably the heart of Welsh resistance against the English. Henry's noble and aristocratic family were the enemies of England, but he seems to have been a galvanising figure, and his reign is regarded as one of the best periods of Britain's history. In the 15th and 16th centuries, the castle was a place of peace until the outbreak of the English Civil War. Although most of South Wales sided with the king, Pembroke declared for Parliament. It was besieged by royalist troops, but was saved after parliamentary reinforcements arrived by sea. In 1648, Pembroke decided to switch sides, and Commander Colonel John Poyer led a royalist uprising. Oliver Cromwell came to Pembroke on the 24th of May 1648 and took the castle after a 7-week siege. Cromwell ordered the castle to be destroyed. Townspeople were even encouraged to take the stone for their purposes. I can just imagine the extensions and patios that were built. The castle was then abandoned and allowed to decay. It remained in ruins until 1880, when a 3-year restoration project was undertaken. Nothing further was done until 1928, when Major General Sir Ivor Phillips acquired the castle and began an extensive restoration. Today, the castle is jointly managed by the Phillips family and Pembroke Town Council.
You see? I think bed and breakfast there.
There we go then.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, it says there, Woodbine Bed and Breakfast. That's the one. That was lovely, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And it was the Woodbine Bed and Breakfast at Pembroke that we can 100% recommend. Full of character and charming, lovely hosts. But yet again, we've completely neglected to film anything from last night. Usual story, it's the end of the day and we don't feel like recording anymore. But last night we walked along the main street and had a delicious curry.
Today we're leaving Pembroke and North Pembrokeshire behind to explore southern Pembrokeshire. The differences are subtle but distinct, if that's not too much of a contradiction. I love both, but I think the south just about takes it for me. What about you, S?
Oh, I love it all, but I think probably the south, yeah.
But before we leave Pembroke, I just wanted to recommend this little big town, especially if you haven't been before. My advice would be to read up about the history a little bit, in particular the castle. You'll get an even bigger appreciation for the fascinating stories that make this town what it is. One of the stories that sticks in my mind is the man who was imprisoned in a deep pit at the castle, where he survived for 7 years.
Wow.
There's also the cave under the castle, where people lived thousands of years before any castle was there. Anyway, we visited numerous times and no doubt will be returning at some stage and probably staying at the Woodbine B&B again.
I look forward to it.